Good afternoon. It is Monday. What is this? November 22nd. It's the week of the turkey. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you as you prepare for celebrating family. And this year, as we've come through the pandemic, and obviously many of us are still challenged as we are still in the pandemic. But this is Member Connection, and I'm excited about our members that we're bringing on today, the Beacon Council, but not just the Beacon Council. I have my good friend, Mr. Julio Piti of the Beacon Council, and Miss Danielle St. Luce, who is a new member over at the Beacon Council. Welcome, guys.
All right.
Having us.
Hey, how are you? So how you guys doing? You good?
Yes, you?
Good, good, good. It's Monday. You know, the year has flown by. Every time I do this, and we've been doing this all year, and like I said, here we'll be talking about Thanksgiving, and we'll be talking about Christmas, and here we are. But through all of that, the one I guess, and I'm getting ready to use this term, the one beacon.
Okay.
In the midst of all of this has been the Beacon Council, with all the great work that you all have been doing. Obviously, the president, CEO, Mike Finney, want to give kudos to Mike, your tremendous leader who leads the Beacon Council, has been doing some amazing work. And obviously, you, the team, have been a part of that. So, Julio, we've been down this road before. You've been back now. How long have you been back over at the Beacon Council?
I've been back about 3 years now.
Wow. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And to your point, our boss is just amazing. How he puts together teams and how we tackle initiatives. And so, just excited to be back, man. And obviously being able to snag Danielle St. Luce on the squad is going to really take us to another level yet again.
Right. So I'm here trying to make sure that I am on Facebook Live, and I'm not seeing it come up. But anyway, we're going to continue because we try to be on a few platforms to share this information. It's very important information that you all are sharing. And again, when the pandemic hit, the Beacon Council was in the middle of it all. I know Mike actually sat and chaired some of the mayor's task force trying to get businesses back up and running. And through that, as I said, you all were instrumental in getting a lot of money out to businesses, providing technical assistance to businesses, et cetera, et cetera. But Julio, let the audience know, what is your role over there at the Beacon Council?
Well, absolutely. And Eric and the chamber, again, this is all done in the community-wide effort. And so what I humbly do for the organization is actually I'm the liaison to the private sector. So Beacon Council, as you know, is a public-private partnership. We give a percentage of our support that comes directly from the occupational license that all businesses pay to conduct business in Miami-Dade. And then the other portion of the funding comes directly from private sector companies. And they invest to us via a membership component, very similar to what a chamber membership would look like, but also direct investments to underwrite different programs and different marketing initiatives. And so I'm, my team, is the one that kind of is in the middle to make sure that, the private sector and their goals align with our goals. And then collectively, we go out to the market together, hand in hand, to kind of get the job done. And that job being creating, jobs and providing capital investment for the area.
Right. And then you got this amazing young lady that just joined you not too long ago, Danielle. What is your role, this new role that you're heading up over at the Beacon Council?
Okay. So I'm the program director for the Beacon Council Small Business Accelerator program. So one of the initiatives that the Beacon Council took during COVID was to launch a program to really support the businesses in Miami-Dade who were going to be the most impacted by COVID. And we were able to get support from Rockefeller Foundation to create a 3-year program to really expand on that pilot program. So I've been brought in the last month to have someone who's full-time, because for so long the team has been able to carry it for the last year without having a full-time person. So I've been brought in to help manage, to reconnect, reconvene, do whatever is needed to really make sure this program can go off the ground and to make it something permanent that the Beacon Council does for the small business community.
Okay. So again, Julio, we're talking about the pandemic and the different programs that you all have put in place. Obviously, this being one of them, the Accelerate program. But I know that you all put a lot of money out, as they say in the streets, out there. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
How
So
you actually helped businesses?
absolutely, Eric. And again, in these past 2 years, we've all gone through some challenges. Really, the organization has again shown its diversity in regards to being a good collaborator and conduit for sharing of information. As you mentioned earlier, obviously, our president and CEO sitting on the economic task force as communities were rallying and listening to, particularly our small and micro businesses and their needs. We really provided, since we are county-wide, a good platform so that other organizations, other initiatives to come together and say, where is the piece of their pie in regards to where these resources were coming, whether they were coming federally, whether they were coming privately, whether they were coming from the county, and making sure that we got out to the marketplace quickly. As you know, some of our businesses hear information, hearsay and whatnot, and then it was up to us to provide them the kind of direction in regards to what are they applying for, what are you going to need to be able to get access to that. And so we served as a good, platform to put that out. One of, as Danielle mentioned earlier, one of the offshoots was that Small Business Accelerator. As we worked with other community groups as far as what were some of the challenges, that these businesses were striving to stay alive, striving to succeed, we understood that there was an issue in, getting their back of the house in order. You and I did several of these meetings, within the Small Business Connect opportunity within the chamber to really get to the granular level and telling folks, if you're going to apply for a PPP loan, you really must, as an example, you really must have a good relationship with your banker. And what is that relationship? And remember, we went back and forth. That's not just having an account. That's knowing your banker's information, and that your banker feeling comfortable calling you out and saying, hey, these are the kinds of things that we need to get your business up and running. So that and many other opportunities that we had with organizations led to this, Small Business Accelerator, which is a very unique opportunity where the community, your members, can come in two ways. One, and again, I don't want to steal Danielle's thunder. There's a actual channel where the business community can come in, and then there is another channel where business owners can take advantage of that.
So Daniel, can you talk about that a little bit? Not just a little bit. Let's explain, because it's very important what you all are doing, because this is about helping businesses not only keep their doors open, but to help them take their business to the next level.
Yes. So the focus of this program is scaling small business, not just helping you maintain where you've been at, but getting these small businesses to a level where they can hire more folks, have more revenue, expand, maybe even get office space. So when a business signs up for the program, they complete an application. There's an intake meeting with myself and some others to really assess where their business is at and assess if they're a good fit. And then once we determine if that business is a good fit, they're assigned a business technical assistance provider who's going to provide a direct service, whether it's a business plan, whether it's accounting help, marketing help, website help, wherever that business needs that the most help, that provider is going to provide a direct service as if they were a consultant. And in addition to being connected to that technical assistance provider, they're also connected to an advocate. That advocate is someone who's going to be in their industry or familiar with their industry. Because what's most important about scale isn't just receiving technical assistance, but receiving access to revenue. And that's through sales, that's through pitch meetings, that's through affinity networks and mentorship. So the advocate is going to work with that BTA provider, that business technical assistance provider, to support the small business by connecting them to sales. And by the time that provider has provided them that service, their business should be in a stronger position to allow for that advocate to connect them to the right people. The provider will provide services for a period of 3 months tops. That's what we think will be best, because we don't want a business owner spending too much time working on their business when we can have someone do it for them. We want them going out and running their business. And the advocate will work with that provider over that period of 3 months and follow up over the course of the program, which right now is a 3-year program. We're going into year 2. Each business will have about a year of solid support from us, and we'll continue to follow up with them as we continue on with the program until we end our 3 years. And that's really a brief overview of the program. I'm also working on adding additional aspects to it, and ways to build community and mentorship and support within the community of the small businesses that we have in our program.
And again, who are the advocates?
So the advocates are going to be individuals that are in that small business owner's industry. So it's going to be different for each business owner depending on their industry, but that's going to be someone who has more connections, who has the gravitas, who knows the network of people that business owner should get to know, or they'll be able to help them by pointing out, this is the insurance that you need, this is the type of accounting that we do, here's the programs and software that is generally used in this industry.
Okay. And then I guess you would call them the mentors, the businesses that you're recruiting. How does that side of it work?
So to recruit the advocates right now, we've been working with our network. So we have our small business committee members. We have different businesses that we're connected to at the Beacon Council. And those have been the ways that we've looked for individuals to become advocates and even providers.
Right. So Julio.
Yes.
The Beacon Council, what is its charge?
Its charge is twofold, simply to actually create jobs, assist and create jobs by working with the companies, whether they're here or abroad, and also to increase capital investment. That's really the main focus of that. And how we do that really depends on, the project and the instance. Some companies require a lot of assistance, since they're coming new to the market. They want to, be introduced in regards to, say different nuances between one city and one county, so on and so forth. And others just say, look, I need to know who else is here. Who else is here in my space, because I've heard all these wonderful things about what's going on here. And so we serve as the first line of answers, and then point them to, other organizations, other community partners, and so on and so forth. So it's really as designed to be your first line of business intel, for lack of a better term, as you're coming into the area, or even those that have been in Miami for a long time and, want to get caught up on all the nuances. We're also a great place to do that as well.
Right. Now, you said, those companies that, looking for intel, looking, to figure out what the nuances is. So you actually pretty much, you go around the country engaging in businesses that may want to relocate in Miami. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. And again, we just announced at our annual meeting a couple days ago, that 32 high-end projects that, these are companies that have made commitments to grow and or expand here. There is an international component to that, and how we get to that really is, one, the community, other companies that are here that may have international interest and know about us and share that information, say, hey, I'd like to bring a division here into Miami. Or sometimes it's with our other partners that are involved in this work, whether it's legal companies, whether it's accounting firms, and sometimes even state and other county international entities like World Trade Center or Enterprise Florida that actually have offices and information in other markets, and say, hey, this is the best way that we can get specific information as to how you can penetrate Miami coming in from abroad. And for many instances, Eric, as you know, these companies, this may be their first experience coming into the U.S. So we're very familiar in providing that kind of information to make that a softer landing, as opposed to them, spending their time knocking on doors and finding the right attorney, finding the right, accounting person, finding the right marketing person, so on and so forth. So that's another thing that we do very well. And since we have the broad span that we can go wherever we need to go in regards to information, it's a very efficient way of the companies finding that out.
Okay, great. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we could talk for a few hours on all the great work that you're doing. So if someone wants to learn more or to get in touch with the Beacon Council, how can they do that?
They can either reach out to us via the website down below. There is, call us directly, 305-579-1300. And anyone on the team can actually provide that access to that information, whether it's a general Q&A, in regards to, hey, I want to know a little bit more what's going on. A lot of our team members are ready to share that story. Follow us on social. We've been very active in the LinkedIn and Twitter feed world, to share that information and to provide the kind of things that we are involved in. Eric, we're a very dynamic community and continue to be. So it's really upon, the local market, particularly here, to get to know all the things that we promote outwards in regards to why Miami and why could you go in Miami. And if you need to pivot, you need to do it with the right information. And we, humbly provide that information for businesses to do that.
Great. So Danielle, is there a particular contact for you for small businesses to get involved with the Accelerator program?
Yeah, so I would say the best way to contact me is by my email. And it's dstluce.contractor@beaconcouncil.com. That's the best way, because we don't have a landing page on the website right now, but that is the best way to reach me by email. I'm also available on LinkedIn by my name. And I'm pretty active on there when it comes to messages and responding to people's requests.
That's great. So those of you who have been watching, if you want to know more information about the Chamber, you can go to www.m-dcc.org, or you can call the Chamber at 305-751-8648. And definitely, if you are looking to grow your business, if you're looking to expand your business, grow, expand, relocate your business, the Beacon Council, that's what they're there for. If you know of anyone that's out of our state or out of our country that may be interested in opening in Miami-Dade County, the Beacon Council is that organization that they should be talking to help them maneuver through the roads, the pitfalls, or whatever it is that it may be, but that's what they're there to do. So Julio, Danielle, thank you so much. Look forward to that Accelerator program. Look forward to the Beacon Council continuing to grow our business economy.
Well, thank you, Eric. Thank you, members of the team, and we look forward to seeing you at the holiday gala that's coming up, right?
Yes, that's on December 4th. Look forward to that as well as we celebrate.
That's right, sir.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.